Hey guys, welcome to today's 1/6 Galaxies video. Today we are taking a look at TMS 095, that being Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars 1/6 scale collectible figure. So this was ordered through Pop Culture. It is sold out. I have not seen them put any spares up. However, we just saw that they got spare Padmes over the weekend, so who knows. Maybe we may see this go on the website for a brief period of time. I don't know. We're yet to see Mace Windu as well, so we'll see. Anyway, let's get into it. This guy is quite pricey overseas and whatnot, so hopefully you were able to get him no more than I think $5.20 is what I saw Jefferson Tan selling them for, which is fair considering Sergo Toys and whatever had this guy for $600 and other people have charged more than that. Anyway, let's get in and take a look. So it's that standard Star Wars shoe style box that we've gotten for a while now. An awesome image of the figure there. You can see the cape and the saber. Gives us that ribbon, TMS 095 with the alternate look. Then we get this picture here of him holding the helmet. And then this one here just continues the image on, telling us that it's TMS 095. Back of the box is all of that warning label and everything that we've got for a while now. And we know that it is there. The art insert, if you have not seen it already, is him battling, that we now know is up for pre-order, General Grievous, which is really quite awesome. And this is going to have those die-cast pieces, which is fantastic. Alright, so he does come with a variety of hands. The only thing I've done with the figure is I've taken one of the relaxed hands off and put the saber gripping hand on. Okay, so he has a trigger hand, I suppose, if you want to make him look like a standard clone trooper, maybe. I'm not too sure if you're going to be able to actually get a blaster in there, but maybe. You can see that his armor is quite weathered, which is awesome. Paint and sculpting of Hot Toys as always. We get the force hand. Again, awesome detailing on that armor there. We get this hand for holding the lightsaber. We get this clone order, charge, whatever you want to call it, hand as well. And then we have the relaxed hand and the swap out, and the hand that I've swapped out on the figure ready. As we saw in the lift out, we of course get this helmet. Now the helmet does have a magnetic visor which you can remove, so you can make him just look like a standard kind of a trooper, or you can put the visor on, and it will, when I find out where the magnet is, just sit in place. Apologies. So yeah, looks a bit more Cody-esque. I believe this is probably how it looked in the original 2002 cartoon. Was it 2003? I apologize. But yeah, I don't recall him having the visor in the episode, but that could just be me. And that was when he battled Dirge with the speeder bike. But again, we've never seen Dirge in figure form, 6 scale form rather. We've had figures of him previously in 3.5 scale, but not for a very long time. We get a holographic Anakin Skywalker, as you would expect, because I believe the Anakin came with Obi-Wan. We of course get that communicator that the Jedi use, so it just pegs in. Looking quite awesome there. We get the USB saber, so you can have that light up effect. We get the swoosh effect. And then of course we get the non-light up saber with the blade. Really nicely painted Kenobi lightsaber, very shiny, very new, as he would have replaced it after losing his normal one in Attack of the Clones. Alright. Display stand. It's the stand that we've got for a while now, so Star Wars Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it's that Republic stand. They've made it look a bit more weathered here, probably because the Clone Wars have been going on for a while, and wanted that. We also, as a nod to that episode where he's on the speeder bike, get the cape. So it's got the focus. We see the stars there looking really quite cool. And then we have this cape. There is some wiring in the cape, not a great deal, but if you futz around with it, you are going to be able to make it work. All right. Okay, so here we have Obi-Wan Kenobi as he appears in the 2008 Clone Wars series. Of course, we know that he's got a live-action style sculpt, though, as opposed to the one, the animated one that Sideshow have done themselves. Okay, so overall the sculpt is amazing. It is definitely Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi, and I think it is a much needed improvement from that Revenge of the Sith one that we got. Of course, that sculpt was quite good, but the whole beard lip situation was a little weird. This one does an amazing job. You might be able to notice it. There is a small scratch mark on mine to the beard. It was packaged like that. I did reach out to Pop Culture. They told me it was a variation in the paint, so refused to replace it or give me a partial store credit for it. I'll see if I do get it repainted. It's actually it's only really noticeable when you're looking dead on. I think you can just see it now. That I've brought it really close up to the camera, but yeah, you can't notice it I've found that you only really notice it when you either have no like dim lights on it, or if you're in a room that's completely shadowed. Otherwise it is a scratch that is thankfully hidden quite well. Alright, we can see that there is very nicely weathered armor here. Coming down, we can see the tunic mixed with the clone armor. You can see the undersuit there. Coming down, and we get those clone boots, which are also very nicely weathered. Of course, it has the pairs, so it's going to take some time to get the eyes in a decent position. That looks quite good, but yeah, this figure is outstanding, and I'm glad I picked up, because originally it wasn't really on my radar, but then when it was released and I saw how good the sculpt was over the Revenge of the Sith version, I had to pick it up. So we can see that early Rebellion Jedi symbol there from the Clone Wars era. Again, we can see a mixture of the armor and the Jedi stuff. You can obviously futz around with the tunic, so the display stand doesn't hinder it too much. There is some decent posability in the costume, so you'll be able to play around with it and futz around with it. Again, there's those weathered clone boots. Come around to the back, we can see that the weathering on the armor continues. You can see the back of the belt there. There's the end of the tunic, and then we can see that the weathering on the back of the boots continues also. So on this side, we can see that there's no emblem, it's just plain white, but the weathering definitely continues. There's that extra hand for holding the lightsaber. and then coming down there. So this hand here as well, if you're not using it, obviously completes his battle pose as well, so do with it what you will. But yeah, this figure, as you can see, is pretty outstanding. No real, like I said, no real complaints in terms of what Hot Toys have done with the figure. I know a lot of people didn't like it, but the other thing with the cape, so you can obviously remove the cape, because when you put it on, it's simply just magnets to the back, like any of the normal backpacks or clone accessories would. And then of course, I don't think anyone's going to take that sculpt off, but we do have the helmet that you can put over from that episode as well. But yeah, overall, a pretty amazing figure. Like I said, mine does have that little scratch on the beard there, but even now looking, I think it's only just noticeable. It's it is, yeah, like I said, it depends what type of lighting and what type of angle. I found if you're looking directly at it in a pretty lit area, it is noticeable, but when you have shadows and things from other figures and that on it, it's hidden quite well. Yeah, articulation wise, you're not going to have any issues. This is a fabric undersuit here, and it doesn't, as far as I can tell, it doesn't hinder the articulation at all. There is wiring on the outside of the cape, so you can play around with it. So there it looks like it's kind of off to the side in the wind, but yeah, you can play around with it and do with it what you will, of course. I do know people that are just simply not using the cape at all, because they want that 2008 accurate one, as opposed to a mixture from that original animated short cartoon. Anyway guys, this has been our look at the TMS 095 Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and you found the information quite helpful. I will have other videos coming up as well. I've got a couple of obscure figures on the way. So I have the Silent Hill figures are hopefully being delivered Monday, Tuesday. I also have the Daredevil and the 501st figure from the Kenobi flashback in transit as well. So I'm interested to see how he looks, because I was tossing up on what to get a second one now that he is in stock. Anyway guys, once again, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video.